It's you, Genius Sagittarius. Great to see you. Come on in just in time for your Sagittarius July 2021 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James. For those of you who are stopping by for the first time, and for the subscribers, much love and affection to you as always. I love to see you each month, as you know, and I send a lot of energy for you. It's great to have had your company. Well, let's get something underway, shall we? You know, this deck, I got it from an artist in, I think it was San Francisco. And just earlier on today, I was using it for a private client. And if you want to do that, just check out the information in the description box. And it works really, really, really well. So I'm looking forward to doing this for the highly talented and attractive Sagittarius. Now I'm just going to draw 5 cards because 5 is all we need. Because each of these cards is jam-packed full of information, isn't it? Now let's get things underway, shall we? And what is there? The King of Discs. Hello, King of Discs. And who are you? The Princess of Swords. Oh, gee, if I was 40 years younger, I'd probably have a go at you. There's a Princess of Cups, but I'd be torn between both of you, I think. Let's have a look. Here we go. There's Temperance. That's a nice Temperance card. And what is this one here? The Emperor. Oh, it doesn't get any better for you. Okay, my friend, why don't you come sit down here next to me? You and I can have a look at the cards together while I do the reading for you. There now, can you see? What a very, very fascinating spread of cards for you. Now, of course, as I say again, if you do want to have a clairvoyant reading with me, just check out the information below. But have a look at the website in any case, because I think that you in particular would be interested in the information on clairvoyance and astrology, which I have placed on the website. But let's have a look first at this King of Discs. Well, he looks ready for business, doesn't he? This King of Discs, somebody who is very much connected with the land, and why would he not be? Because he is the lord of the wild and fertile land, in my case. Now, very often we feel that when we have a connection to the earth or to material life, that's a bad thing. Well, spiritual powers are closely bound with the earth and offered in service to her. The earth lends them form and structure which are necessary in order to implement these powers in dealing with earthly physical reality. This structure can be all too often experienced as binding by the spirit, longing for limitlessness and independence. But the boundless freedom the spirit seeks will not, however, be found in fleeing from the demands of the material realities of the world around us. Freedom develops through our surrender with love and service to all the dimensions of earthly life. Now, he's got some things to say to you, and I think it could also be somebody that you know. And the reason why I say that is that I'm getting Leo around here. I'm also getting a lot of Virgo. Now, as I say, he's the lord of the wild and fertile land. So why do I get Virgo? Well, the first 2 decans of Virgo, you know each sign is made up of 30 degrees, and there are 3 decans in the sign. So the first 2, 0 to 10 degrees, and 10 degrees to 20 degrees, of Virgo, they are ruled by the Sun and Venus, respectively. And the Sun is required for crops and for plant life and for the evolution of life on Earth. And the nurturing qualities of Venus only complement this activity, I think, here. Very much the case here of somebody who could well be of the land. I think during this period you'll be patient. Now, he is a hard worker. This is a time here where you need to have your head down and your your tail up, as it were, and not over-intellectualize things, even though you will be very clever. The reason that I say this, look, he's also a master of health and material abundance, this guy. And that material diagnostic ability that he has can be applied to your body. So listen to your body during this period. Now, the complex of this guy is, I think, actually very exceedingly complex, yet very well knit. Now, at best, he can be romantic and imaginative, but he has an overbearing ambition, I think. And sometimes he can be quite superstitious. And I have to say that these people, it could well be a Virgo or a Leo in your life, can have something of a tendency to waste time in idle dreaming. The success that he has and that you have will be during this period due to instinct and imitating nature, is what I say. Don't over-intellectualize things. Now, he is a person who has a good work ethic, which I think you will have, and it's going to bring results over the longer term. It's like planting the seeds, letting them grow, germinate, and then the plant rise up towards the sky. And instinctive. I think you'll be very instinctive during this period. Now, there are no air cards here. Now, you are actually quite intellectual, I think, but he's not, and he uses his hard work ethic to get things done. So I think that this is a time for you to put your nose to the grindstone and just move things along. Leave the creative, entrepreneurial activity, well, not the entrepreneurial activity, but the imaginative, creative, work-related things, new directions in work. Just put them on the back burner for the moment and work through what there is here. Now, I have to say, though, that I get the feeling that he doesn't take much of an interest in anything outside of his work environment. So you need to be careful to make sure that you maintain balance during this period and not become something of a workaholic. I do think, however, that you will have a deep connection with the Mother Earth. Now is the time to set your abilities to work in the service of some kind. The tasks before you are large, and they demand the use of all of your powers. If you make the effort, the harvest will reward you richly. Are there any tasks you would like to avoid in your life, and why? Whenever things seem to be too much trouble for you, concentrate on the positive results of your actions for you and for others. Your internal learning and growing process is the most important outcome. More important than that which you achieve by your actions just at the moment. And say to yourself, with every task that comes my way, comes also the energy needed to accomplish it. Well, we may as well have a look at the card which sits below him, and it is this one. Now, it doesn't surprise me that this one has shown up in this case here and in this position. This is, what's it called, Temperance, and I call it, of course, esoterically, the daughter of the reconcilers, the bringer forth of life. Now, I think what you'll find here is that there is the time where you will be unifying opposites. There'll be great balance within you, some degree of inner change occurring, I think, a transformation. You might also find, even while you're down with your nose to the grindstone, that you do achieve a quantum leap in respect to something that's going on, a discovery in respect to things. There's a creative underpinning to it here. There is the combination of forces and action based on accurate assessment of the situation around you. Now, I think there'll be some degree of economizing by you during this period. You might find that difficult. You like to spend, and who doesn't? But I think that you might actually be economizing something at this time. You'll be very good at managing events around you, and certainly there's going to be success after what have been quite complicated dealings here. Now, I have to say this also, that I'm getting very much around it, the feeling of, well, of escape, like you getting out of something or getting away from something, or you getting away with something. And good on you if that's the case, I suppose. So there is that time here where you basically get a free ride in respect of one thing or another. Now, incidentally, I should say that Sagittarius is all over this card, and I see it being ruled. Now, astrologers don't normally make the nodes of the moon as rulers of particular signs, but I do see the north node of the moon ruling here. And if you're interested to know what the north node of the moon is, sometimes called Dragon's Head, then I have on the playlist on my channel a number of short 10 or 15 minute videos called Astrology for Beginners, and you can have a look at the one there which talks about the nodes of the moon. I think it runs for about 10 minutes, I think, in combination with some other planets as well. But I think that what's happening here is that you are learning to bring balance and moderation into your life. And I would say to you during this period to be patient and let things evolve at their natural pace. Do some self-evaluation to re-examine your life's priorities and work in harmony from a place of stability and strength within you. I suppose, in a way, the central theme that I'm getting up from this card's energy here is that on reintegration. This energy can also reflect a period of balance between your inner and outer selves, or searching for a higher meaning and purpose in your life. You might experience during this time a clash between your habits and your new vision, but just trust your inner self. This is really a challenge to look inward, in this phase of integrating opposites. The transformation process will not tolerate any further pulses or pushes from outside. Dig deep inside yourself in the same way that a miner might go down deep into the ground to search for diamonds. To find the hidden stone, the diamond, you must look within. What does it mean for you now to find your hidden diamond? Close your eyes and visualize a fountain of energy in your body. Bathe a while in this rejuvenating current. Say to yourself, I equally value the light and dark within my own nature. I am a well-integrated person. I surrender to the transforming powers of the divine. I am an open channel for creative energy. Now, I have to say that I do think that there's going to be a great degree of romance around you at the period, or romantic thoughts, romantic feeling about. Because we're going to have a look here at this young woman, this Princess of Cups. Now, interestingly, she says to me that she's applying to you, Sagittarius, and I think who you might also find of importance around you during this time are Libra and Scorpio. Now, this is a young woman who is very gracious, voluptuous, sweet, gentle, kind, romantic, and dreamy. Now, esoterically, as a princess, she is earth, and she's in the suit of cups, which is water. So she represents the earthy part of water, and in particular, the faculty of crystallization to make things happen. And so you will be bringing things into existence. She represents the power of water to give substance to idea, to support life, and to form the basis of chemical combinations which is necessary for the development of anything. Now, the character of this princess, as I say, is infinitely gracious. All sweetness, all voluptuousness, gentleness, kindness, and tenderness, they're all in her character. And to some extent, I think she lives in a world of romance, in the perpetual dream of rapture. Now, superficially, she might be thought to be selfish and lazy, but this is a false impression, as she goes about her work silently and effortlessly. I see around here emotional freedom coming for you, and jealousy being conquered, and certainly a great degree of trust in yourself. But she does say at this time not just to be lost in romance, and this could be with thoughts that you have. It could be in relation to a relationship that you have, even a long-standing relationship that you have. Don't shut your eyes to the environment, though, because she can be a dreamer and not engage in life. She lives in a world of romance. Now, she is dependent on others, but she gets a lot in return. And what this is saying to me is that you are quite entitled to obtain help and support from other people at this time. You are a person who so freely gives of yourself and generous with your material resources that it's quite all right for you to restore that balance and obtain things from other people. This is a time when you should trust your feelings and perceptions, because understand this, you are on the right path. Is there anything else preventing you from being fully free? You now have the opportunity to let go of it as well. Imagine that you are surrounded by water and are dancing the dance of salvation and freedom with light flowing movements. And say to yourself, the more I love myself, the more I can share with others. Now, where shall we go to next? Isn't she a lovely girl? I think we might go with this gentleman here, the Emperor. Hello, Emperor. How are you going? Mr. Emperor. Now, let's see what you have to say to my friend here. What have you got to say? Well, he is the son of the morning, the chief among the mighty. It is Mars ruling Aries with the sun exalted. So you can't get much more energy than that, can you? Mars, fiery, ambitious. Aries, fiery, pioneering. And the sun, well, the sun is the fountainhead, metaphorically, of the spirituality and essence of the divine. Now, I think what will happen here is that you may well find that you do have something of a pioneering spirit, and that's coming from that Aries aspect there, I think. You will be interested to discover and find out things. Now, I've got to tell you that other people are going to see you as being something of a leader during this period. You will have a lot of creative wisdom, a lot of great leadership qualities, and I have to tell you, and I hope this doesn't come as too much of a shock, but other people are going to find you very attractive during this period, so do with that what you may. And there's authority here. This is particularly good for fatherhood and for people who are fathers. I think the things that are going to be important to you also, and this goes along really, I think, with, and this is an energy which is being He's sitting diagonally opposite this guy here that we just spoke of. But I think that you'll be interested in order and structure, establishing things. You will be ambitious. You will take a stand for things or stand up for yourself, but you will be firm with yourself, and you could well be firm with other people. In a sense, I think that you will be primarily concerned with power and control over other people or yourself. You will be a natural leader and organizer during this period, and you will be able to use your willpower and have good judgment, which is a result of the life experiences which you have obtained to date. You will also have success, but that success is going to come through discipline and action. That's also what he was saying. By just staying on the straight and narrow during this time, you will be successful. He's reaffirming that. You'll be quite a rational thinker, I think. I don't think that romantic aspect to you, because this is major arcana. You can run with both at the same time. Romance and rationality, they're not contradictory things. I think that status is going to be important to you. Yes, I do. And so is material security and stability. Now, you may well also find that you could be quite volatile and fiery. I don't see you as being passive at all during this period. This is a really good time for a change or a new beginning. Trust your own energy and move with it. What revitalization does your life need at the moment? Are there steps you would like to take towards this? So examine yourself critically, especially in regard to your relations with, well, for want of better words, your subordinates and your superiors. And say this to yourself: I enjoy initiating projects. I value and honor my leadership ability. I am a responsible person. I trust my power. I rule by serving, and I serve by ruling. Now, let's see where that takes us to. I've got a feeling it might be this young woman here, who is the Princess of Swords. Let's have a look to see what she has to say to us. Well, she's the princess of the rushing winds, the lotus of the palace of the air. Now, a princess, like the other one, she esoterically is earth, and this time she is in air. Now, earth and air are enemies. You can imagine a tornado or a hurricane or a typhoon or cyclone, and consider the damage that does to the environment and the earth. So there is going to be a conflict in her nature. But the implication of earth and air is that she deals with situations involving the mind in a very tangible way. That is, she can manifest her thoughts and make them a reality. And that, I have to tell you, is what you will be doing. What else can I say about her, given the position that she's in? I think you're coming out of the clouds into clarity, really, and having some sort of a victory over your moods, even though, as I say, you may well be quite fiery from time to time. But there's a degree of rebellion around here. Now, the signs that are important to you could well be, and it could be this person, but are also going to be important to you, are Aquarius, Capricorn, and Pisces, I think. Now, this young woman here, she can come across as being stern and revengeful, firm and aggressive, but very skilled in the ways of the world. Now, her character is stern and revengeful, Her logic can be destructive. She is firm and aggressive with great practical wisdom and subtlety in material things. And she shows great cleverness and dexterity in the management of practical affairs, which is what you will be doing, I think. And she'll have the great ability to sort out controversies and sort out problems between people. She's very good at settling arguments and controversies. She represents a fresh intellectual clarity which shakes everything up. She has just demolished an old altar, and when the intellectual and spiritual air renewal meets the element of earth, the altars of old ideals are destroyed, and the smoke will soon settle, leaving room for clarity. So you will be very clever and practical, especially where controversy rules. Now, you may well have a destructive way of analyzing things and applying the results of that analysis, so just be aware of that. And be aware of coming across to others as being aggressive and vengeful. She gets ideas grounded in a tangible way, and you will do. Look, she is fighting battles internally and externally. Do you know what else? I think she sometimes is someone who follows her own bent rather than serving another. And you may see this sometimes with yourself or with others, where you throw everything overboard to the shock and amazement of everyone around you, but in due course it seems that you have chosen right, and ultimately you gain your reward. Now, this could be following the heart, following a lifestyle, maybe becoming an entrepreneur or starting your own business in a small way. But it seems, though, that because it's in the suit of swords, that starting an own business or a new business needs to be done slowly and economically at start, because swords is difficult. Now, your thoughts and vision may at times destroy holy altars. Don't let yourself be buried by the flying debris. Don't allow your moods to take hold of you. Remain true to your real ideals. What old altars are present in your surroundings and in your life? And have you the courage to destroy them? Look inside. See if your rebellion is rooted in love. And say to yourself, my rebellion is positive, constructive, and creative. Well, fascinating spread of cards. Well done, Sagittarius. That's the way it is for you this month. Gee, I'm a bit exhausted after that. I don't know how you feel. That was great. I really, it's kind of draining though, isn't it, this business? I really enjoyed doing that for you, and I'm glad that you were able to participate along with me. It's been great to do it with you, and I'm looking forward to more in the future. But until that time, remember this, and remember one thing only, and it is that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.